Live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Dibbler. I wanted to pull that up because that is the live shot there from our Shredder's Cam that I use of downtown Portland quite a bit here on this show, but that looks drastically different than what we've been looking at for the rest of the summer because it's actually overcast. I heard some rumors there may have been some minor showers that happened, but you can check all that out, of course, at kptv.com from the Fox 12 weather team. But wanted to bring that up because of how different that looked. Again, this is Fox 12 Now. We're live here every weekday, starting around 1 p.m., going throughout the afternoon. We're on broadcasting here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. As you can see, it's right behind me, and we get to cover a wide range of topics. Right now, we're going to be talking about small businesses, which is a big part of Portland. I think I start this interview off by saying this, but it bears repeating that according to studies, about 95% of businesses in the Portland metro area are small businesses. So that's a pretty amazing statistic that comes out about that. And we got to talk to Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. Yes, that Shark Tank. She joined me earlier this morning to talk about some free webinars she's going to have going on that are directly about small businesses, how to unlock more growth, and just really good advice on that. And so we asked her some questions about advice, and she provided that. So it's not a super long interview. You know, you don't get a lot of time necessarily with some of these people who are gracious enough to share some time with us, but nonetheless, we did get to ask some questions, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that right now. Here it is, Barbara from Shark Tank on Fox 12 Now. Small businesses are something that I think, you know, everybody cares about. Everybody has some kind of investment, whether they're invested in one themselves, working with one themselves, or work with them. You know, here in Portland, I just saw a statistic. I think it's 95% of our businesses here are based around small business. So our companies,
Wow.
yeah. So it's really pretty incredible.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, really crazy statistics. So that's why I thought this was so important. So for you, you know, I guess let me ask this, you know, for somebody who is maybe starting off, since there are so many people that are getting into small business, what do you think is the first thing someone should think about when they are going to decide to do that?
They shouldn't ask too many questions or spend too much time on it. And by all means, believing in a business plan is a waste of time. What they should do is the minute you have the idea, I believe in it. The minute you have the idea, you should get off the bench and go and do it. Something about jumping off a cliff. You find your answers on the way down because you have to. And those are the answers that can be trusted, the ones you find in the field, the objections you have to come over, new ways of doing things. You're very capable as an entrepreneur, but a lot of entrepreneurs think they need an answer before they get involved.
So taking all that time and going through just overthinking, basically.
It's procrastination, and logical thinking will lead you to the wrong conclusion as well.
I think that's interesting, jumping off the cliff and figuring it out because you have to. That's a really interesting way to look at it. Well, tell us about, you know, some of these things that you're setting up here for people to check out and learn more and learn from your experience.
We're very, very excited to introduce Behind the Biz, which is a web series of 3 webinars, and it's presented by AT&T Business. They are my partners in growing technology, and they're going to be there very much with me to cover the areas that I'm not that strong in, which is technology. There are 3 seminars with 3 different topics. One is operational success, which is a way of saying how to operate your business, because so many people are focused on just starting it, but the real truth is, how well do you operate it? How well do you hire people? How do you delegate? How do you prioritize? How do you spend your time? We're covering all that topic. The second is, as well as, by the way, producing your product, which is very important to get the right price for the right manufacturer and to make sure it's delivered on time. Now, the other thing is customer engagement. And a lot of people think customer engagement is a physical engagement, like, hi, welcome to my shop. But for every business, the real customer engagement is relying on technology and what to get to have the right technology so that you could automatically be in touch with your customers all the time with the right messaging. And that's where AT&T Business comes in. And the third, not to be put down because a lot of people think it's the scariest thing in the world, is the A1, because nobody, AI, I keep thinking A1 because I had a great steak last night. Forgive me for that. AI, because I can't get that steak out of my.
I know that the steak sounds like more fun sometimes, but
yeah, it is more fun. But with AI, most people are terribly afraid of it. Like, I don't know it. I'm not going to get it. How do I use it? Seems like the Wild West somehow. And all it really is building a muscle by diving in there and just horsing around. That's all you have to do is horse around with AI, ask a few questions, and it's the art of knowing what questions to ask and how to streamline your questioning so that you get the right answers.
Do you think that that's pretty much imperative that at most businesses anyway, most people who are starting off with something are going to need to incorporate AI or learn that skill in some way, shape, or form?
I actually think people don't have to touch it at all. And I know many entrepreneurs that don't and don't plan on getting involved. They plan on staying scared. But if you are owning a business, what you need to expand is people to do tasks. And 90% of the unimportant tasks, of mundane tasks that entrepreneurs frankly don't enjoy, can be done for you with AI. So why not? I mean, everybody could ignore it, but what a shame not to take advantage of it. And instead of putting out payroll to hire a bunch of people to do this silly stuff, you could just have a machine do it. It makes great sense for an entrepreneur today.
Right. Frees up that time for more creativity, more thinking outside of the box, probably,
Yes, it
I
does.
would imagine too. Well, any
Yes.
other, anything else that you think is important for people to know? Obviously, they're going to learn a lot from these webinars. So this is explaining a lot right there.
Yes.
But say, coming
course.
into this, we're coming into an election season, and regardless of which side anybody's going for, what are some things, what's something that people should be thinking about as a small business owner, depending on whatever happens here after November?
There are a lot of people leading up to the election that feel frightened. They're not quite sure why they feel frightened, maybe that their side won't win. It does affect business. I think what's most important in business in any year, whether an election's going on, whether it's a good year, whether it's a bad year, is to realize you're a lot more capable than you think you are if you just set yourself free. If you can encompass what you do well and hire people or technology to do what you don't do well, there's no end to what you can do. But getting people to believe in themselves that they're going to make a lot of mistaken judgments, but as long as they're out there trying new things constantly, it's the trying that teaches them to get back up and teaches them that the real opportunity is in the fourth or fifth try, and they should try every little thing along the way. Because of my entrepreneurs on Shark Tank, I'm telling you, there's not an exceptional entrepreneur who isn't a big trier. And it's also true that there's not an entrepreneur like that who isn't fully confident, and they get their confidence because they are belief in themselves, willing to try over and over and over again. And that is the key ingredient to any business builder: confidence and trying again and again and again. It sounds boring, but it's the truth.
Yeah, so just not being afraid of those, failures that happen along the way, learn from it and keep going. As you
I think
said,
everybody's afraid of failure. Who wants
yeah,
to take a failure and feel good about it? Nobody likes it,
right.
but realizing that failing is part of the getting to the success. And again, it sounds like something you've heard a million times, but I see it in practice every day, and it makes all the difference.
Wow. I mean, it goes back to what you said at the beginning. Jump off the cliff and you got to figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
You
Barbara,
got it. But make sure you watch that seminar. Get all your entrepreneurs to watch. They won't go home empty handed. They'll feel empowered because of the common sense of everything and also because of the technical knowledge. They'll be informed. They'll feel the power of being informed in
that's
the right
great.
areas, not in the fear category.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting rid of that fear. That's or just ignoring
Yes.
that part. Well, Barbara, thank you so much, for having some time to talk to us. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, thanks for being here.
All right. So again, some advice there for all of those small business owners that are here in the area, or people that are getting ready to start one, because it is a lot of people in Oregon in general, but definitely in the Portland metro area. And thanks for joining us. This is Fox 12 Now. If it's your first time, we appreciate you finding us. There are lots and lots and lots of segments of a wide range of topics for you to check out. You can certainly go to our YouTube channel and click on the live button right there. That's got all the stuff that we cover, or kptv.com, click on the Fox 12 Now tab, of course the Fox 12 Oregon app. So plenty of places to discover the different topics. And if you have an idea for a topic that you'd like to see covered, feel free to send me an email. That's Fox12Now, Fox12Now at kptv.com. And let me know what it is that you're looking at, maybe a deeper dive on a subject that you saw in our other news shows. Maybe there's something that you think could use a little bit of attention, or a story that should be looked into. We're always open for any of that. And if we can't handle it, maybe we can direct it the right way, but we won't know if you don't send us that email. So please do so if you feel like it. All right, thanks for joining us right now. We'll be back if there's breaking news anytime between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. This is the place to be outside of other newscasts.